Hello again, it's Mimi from Mimi's Worms, and as I promised, we are going to show you how to do this bed from start to finish so that you can see how we done it. Now this bed is a 4 foot by 10 foot instead of a 4 foot by 8 foot. So the only difference in this bed and an 8 foot is you're just going to use a few more boards in the middle. Like we have 16, probably use what, Blake, another 3 or 4 on the bottom of your panels. But we've got 3 boards that goes across this bottom here, as you can see. The middle one's going to give you bracing.
So what did I say, 20 inches to the top of this? 20
inches to the top of this board from the bottom. Here's a small one. Oh, you got it?
So it's 20 inches from the top of our bottom, our ground 2x4,
okay,
to the top of our 2x4 for the bed.
Okay. So 20 inches from this bottom top of this board to the top of this.
I cut them all 23 inches. They may differ a little bit, but that's okay. You just raise or lower it as you need.
Yeah, so his brace boards are 23 inches.
And it's best to use, what size are these, 1.5 inches?
Those are 3 inch.
Okay, these are 3 inch. We had, what, 2 1/4?
2 1/4, yeah.
We noticed that in several places where the wood's getting a lot of water on it, that it's pulling out, it's getting heavy and pulling out the screws. So we opted for 3 inches.
Yeah. And y'all, this is Blake. This is my son. He's back working with me, keep me from having to do all this heavy lifting and building. He's doing a much better job than I did on the first one. And if you noticed in the middle here, he's got a 2x4 piece to make that even with the other boards.
I've done that so that this doesn't push down into the gravel.
Right.
Put a footprint on it.
Because I'll show you what happens when you don't in a minute. I didn't do that when I built mine. And do notice that these are going on the inside of the bed and not the outside.
And as I said earlier, I may come back in and put pieces in here. As you can see, I've already done it on these beds here previously.
Yep, see what he's talking about here. How it has this little
it just gives it
scab.
Gives your the bottom of your bed a little more support.
Yeah. Because let me show y'all what happens when you don't do that while he's putting those on. This is what happens, because I did not do that. And I don't know if you can see, but these beds, I've got several beds through here that are, let me get back here where you can see it. Yeah, can you see it right there where it's dipping down? And that's because I didn't put any bracing in the middle of these beds. And so what's happening is right here where that bottom board, right here, it's came loose. And so we've got to, we're emptying these beds and then we're gonna jack them back up and he's gonna put some bracing in there. Now what my husband did for these is he did come back in as these were empty and braced them under there, and then we put these slabs on to hold it together. But the way Blake's doing it, see, I had 1x6 boards across here. Instead of us doing that, we're just using the panels, the dog-eared panels, fencing panels, and making the whole entire bed this way, which I think is going to be a lot better, because the other problem I have with using the 1x6s is these will start bowing out, and then I have a gap here, and the the material falls out of the bed and you'll have some worms falling out. So yeah, so that's why my husband added these braces, so that would stop doing that. So we're having to go back and fix all of those. He's got this section here. This is our A section. You can see we have our beds numbered. This is A27. This is going to give us 30 beds in this section when we finish this bed. So now he's added a piece underneath right here to give this bed more stability, and he's going to add that on each end and in the middle. And
I'm no carpenter, as you can see. I'm not wearing a tool belt, but remember, we're not building a piano, we're building a box the piano goes in.
I think he's done a wonderful job, even though he's not a carpenter. Now, you carpenters out there, y'all may have a better idea, you know, but this is what's working for us. And we're also trying to use up material that we already had, because I had, you know, made all these lattice boards, whatever you want to call it, to make for the black bins. And when that didn't work out for us, I didn't want to throw away or give away or lose all the money that I had in these 2x4s. And so this is what we came up with, to be able to use that material and not have to waste that money.
And again, if you're going to be making your beds consecutive like this all together, either whether it's 1, 3, or 2 or 3 or 4 or 5. If you don't use 4x4s, make sure you use at least 2 2x4s. That way you can get a full board on your frame right here.
Right.
As to where,
see, I didn't do that.
She only put 1 2x4, and you can see the weakness in it there.
Yeah, he's definitely made this a whole lot better. And again, if we were doing this with wood that we didn't have and we had to go out and buy it, I would use pressure treated. Now, again, that's something you have to decide yourself. I'm not going to tell you that it's not going to be harmful to the worms, but all I can tell you is so far we haven't had any issues with the pressure treated fence panels. So you would have to be your own judgment in that. Now he's laying down the...
And we even use reclaimed wood that we find on the side of the road.
Yeah, he found these on the side of the road and we claimed them. So we even use stuff that that's reclaimed. So anytime you can save yourself some money, go for it. And he's just going to run those all the way.
Don't worry about if you got little gaps or whatever. That just gives it room to breathe and room to run off.
Yeah. Like he said, just in case you couldn't hear it, because I don't know how my microphone's picking up, but if you have some little gaps, don't worry about that, because that really gives you room for expansion, you know, of the boards. And then also your water will run out, so you don't have to worry about having a big pool of water in your bin. Mud. And you know, some people will put plastic liners in theirs, but we don't do that because we want the wood is breathable, so the worms can get a lot more oxygen by not putting a plastic liner in these. Plus, if you put a plastic liner, then you're more apt to overwater the worms, and then you've got an anaerobic condition. So this really helps keep you from having those conditions, because that water can run out. And he's going to get all of his boards laid.
Notice I'm putting all my dog ears on the bottom of the bed.
Yeah, he's putting all of his dog ears on the bottom of the bed, and he's got them all going the same way.
Doesn't matter if you face them opposite, whichever way, you're going to get covered up.
Yeah. And we have a little portable air compressor and a staple gun, and he'll come back and it's just like pop, 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 pop. And it doesn't take long to do this part. Really doesn't take him long to do them at all. He can do at least 3 in a day. Probably if he humped it real hard, he could even do 6, but you know, we're not gonna work them like a slave. Long as they're just consistent, I'm happy. Now, as you notice on this end, you're gonna have a little piece. It won't fit in there exact. So what he's doing is he's gonna make a line. That tells him where he needs to cut that board to make that fit. He's gonna get the skill saw out, and he's gonna cut that board. And I just learned something today, because I would have cut the end board and probably had it all messed up. But that was a great idea. Now he's gonna take a screw to hold that on there where he can make his cut. That holds the board so when he makes the cut, it won't bounce all around. Gonna be a little bit loud for a second. His battery's about dead.
Get it done here in a minute.
Always make sure your battery's charged. We got a bunch of batteries over there. We just hadn't took the time to change it. Now he's took those screws out, and he's going to put this piece, and that should fit right in there good and snug. And it did. Nice. Now he's going to come back with his staple gun. Again, this is probably going to be a little bit loud, but you can turn your volume down at this point if you need to. Because I'm probably not gonna be talking, just so you can just watch what he's doing. It is very hot in here. I don't know if y'all can see, but we're both just dripping sweat, even with the fan on us. And he just puts 2 nails per board. Now he's gonna go down the middle.
Only put it in the center on the ones that need it.
He only puts nails in the center ones that need it, like if they're trying to bow or something. Now he's just gonna come back to this side. Breakers are stripped. Should have enough air in the tank to finish. All right. Okay, now he just took one of those little slat pieces we had, and he's adding that to the bottom. Y'all can see that. Okay, Tab's going to trip the breaker for us. And these are little strips that we had, that we made our lattice out of. These are just some little strips we had. They're like, I don't know, probably 1 inch by 1/2 inch. You could use a 2x4 or strip a piece of 2x4 down, but this is going to give us our
You can
back.
actually rip one of these down and use it.
Yeah, you could rip one of your dog ears down and use it. And that doesn't have to be perfect, because again, you're just needing something that you're going to nail these panels to.
This is how hot it is.
That is, I don't know if y'all can see it on the camera, but that is water it's coming off of him. We got Kobe walking up over here so he can learn. We got Nat over here. Nat loves the camera. She loves her mama too. When we get done here, we're going to take y'all in there. They're just dying to make them a worm bin. So we're going to go in here in a little bit, and we're going to show y'all how to do a worm bin from start to finish. Alright, now he's going to get... Alright, hold. Okay, we had to stop and do a little bit of changing around because our breaker kept tripping. It's hard to run all these lights, a fan, an air compressor, and all that on one circuit, so we had to do some changing around, but we got that fixed for a little bit. Now he's going to take his 2x4s, and he's going to put his first one on the bottom, and that's going to lay just over this right here. So you can see this board's right here. It's going to do the same thing with this board right here.
Go get me a battery. Take this one back. And toenail me.
He's toenailing 3 to hold that
down. Put a
down.
board on the outside if you'd like. Trial and error. We may end up having to come back and do that, but we don't know yet.
We got Natalie, the gymnast, up here. Be careful, don't you fall. And now he's fixing to put the top one up there. What are you doing? Hey, get me that thermometer right there. Now he's putting the top board on.
And this is 11 inches from the top of this one to the top of this one.
11 inches from the top of the 2x4 to the top of the other 2x4. 11 inches.
Don't buy Craftsman.
Don't buy Craftsman. Do you have another battery for your other one? Go over there and tell Kobe to bring us another battery. We need another battery, Kobe. Put this, yeah, put this one right here on charge. Go put that on charge. Kobe really has somebody to look up to teach him stuff, because Blake is very knowledgeable. He's pretty much a jack of all trades and a walking encyclopedia, and it causes me and him to butt heads quite a bit at times. All right. I'm going to put this up so it doesn't get lost. It's already got these cut. What's the length on those, Blake?
14 and a half. 14 and a half.
14 and a half.
On an 8-foot bed, it takes 16 of them.
On this 10-foot bed, it took 19 and a half. On a 4x8, it takes 16. And I love it because there's no waste this way.
We're just brad nailing these because you're just holding them in place. You're not going to be hanging nothing off of them or anything like that.
Definitely want to make sure that you have your thing on your board so that it don't hit you in the stomach.
Don't have your finger behind it.
Don't have your finger behind it, it said.
Remember what I said, we're building the box the piano goes in, not the piano.
Yeah, we're building the box that goes in, not the piano. So it doesn't matter if you got a little bit offset. Our beds are not going to get that high. A lot of people want to build 3-foot high beds, which is pretty ridiculous, because you really don't need more than a foot to a foot and a half on a bed. We've got 11 inches.
No, we actually got 15
sorry,
inches.
15 inches. Yeah, you're right. I was thinking 11 inches when you were talking about the other one.
Make sure you oil your nail gun.
Yep, make sure you oil your nail gun, y'all. I got my little nail gun and my air compressor from Harbor Freight, and that's where I get the brad nails from too. You could turn it up. Yeah. So we've got, with this bed, again, it's a little bit different from your 8-foot bed because we don't have the issues with having to piece stuff. This,
some of them we do.
do we? He'll come back and fix that corner. You just got to make sure you hit that board that's across there. Take it out. Set it out and put the thaw. Y'all put 2 in there. Natalie. And again, we're just going to do the other side.
Yeah, especially keep your fingers out of the way on these because you're not shooting into a 2x4, shooting into a 1/2-inch board.
Yeah.
You will hit your fingers.
Yeah, you don't have much space there, so you definitely want to keep your fingers out of the way. Wouldn't feel too good if you had one of them brad nails go through your finger. I promise you that. Alright, I'm going to walk around to the other side. So he's going to come around to this side. Look how good that looks, y'all. He's going to go ahead and throw him some of these pieces over there. And we'll come back and fix this little corner here. Just going to do the same thing. Put that side on top of the bottom. What? I still didn't hear you.
Mountain Dew.
Will you bring Blake a Mountain Dew? She said, can she have one?
They're not mine, dude.
Hey, Natalie. They're Tabitha's. You'll have to ask
They're
Tabitha.
yours.
They're my Mountain Dews?
Yeah.
Oh, well, you can have one. And bring Blake his. If you notice here when he did those ends, he left that last board off until he comes back and puts these sides on.
Now I gotta get
If y'all think he's doing a great job, leave us a comment in the comments. Let me know how he's doing, what you think. Okay.
Thank you, baby. Get on out of here.
There's only two of those. Can I have a Pepsi? Okay.
And that's going to fit perfectly on the ends. Now he's going to have to hammer that one in just a little bit, but that just means it's good and snug. Go ahead and stick a couple of brad nails in there. Now we'll tell you it goes through quite a bit of brad nails.
Especially when you shoot little kids.
He's just going to do the same thing he did on the other side. He's just going to come and nail those. So while he's doing that, if you look up here, we've got the overhead water heat. We just have a 2x4 across here, and then we have the automated water. How that works, this is automated because we have a automated system. And what we did, these black lines up here, that big brown line, that's a 4-inch, I think, might be a 2-inch main coming in, and then it drops down to a 1-inch. That's our main water supply. And then what we did is we made these T's here, and this line comes off, and we have those where we can shut them off if we need to turn the water off to this section. So each one of those waters 6 beds. So if we need to let these dry out like we are over here on the other side, we'll turn this off at the shut-off valve right here. That way the rest of the beds can still get watered, but these won't be on. So the way our water system is set up, it waters each section. And this is section A. We've got our beds numbered. Like this is A27. And then this is the B section. So once this comes on and gets watered, once this one comes on and gets watered, then B section will come on and get water, and then C section will come on and get water. That's what we have set up right now. When we get this section over here finished, that will be D section. That section's gonna have, I think we figured up 25 beds in it. I did leave one of the sections at the very end to hold our bus pans. So if I ever did need to do some extra breeding, we would still have those. Plus I use it kind of for a shelving system right now. But while he's finishing up that, we do have lights that we put on, and we just got those lights that you plug in from one end to the other. And that's just going across the top here.
Anybody knows of a good light that's cheap but durable, let us know in the comments.
Yeah, please in the comments if you know of a good light that's durable, not really expensive, because we've bought these. They were about $20 to $30 a piece, and they're not even lasting a year. So that wasn't a good smooth move. Even though they weren't that expensive, it's turning into a big expense because they just don't last. So if you guys know of any out there, let us know. We would greatly appreciate it. Now he's going to come back and he's going to finish these corners, and we'll show you how he's going to do that. again, he's just screwing that in to hold it so that when he cuts it, it's not jumping everywhere. Now, did you measure that, Blake, or are you just going off what you... He didn't measure that, but he did a darn good job of it. Perfect. That's it. So a whole total amount of 30 minutes to build this bed once you have your frame, you know, set up. For us, that's...
And all your boards cut.
Yeah, and all your boards cut. He already had his boards cut and ready to go. So if you can do that, you can have a bed done in 30 minutes. So there you have it, guys. Y'all have a wonderful day, and I hope that you enjoy it. Blake, I'm gonna beat this child. Y'all have a good day, and if you would, like, share, and subscribe our videos if you like our content. And again, let me know in the comments what you think about the bed. Is there anything you would have done differently? Do you have any comments or concerns? And we'll try to address those for you. Y'all have a wonderful day. Until next time.